Okay, we're live. Awesome. Okay. All right. Hey, it's Ikawong here, and today we have Meshac McGillivray. Is that how I pronounce your last name? It's a hard
Close.
last name to
McGillivray.
pronounce.
Yeah, I know. It's a little difficult, but yeah, it's McGillivray. You're close.
Alright, so Meshac has been with me for like quite some time now, and he's one of like the early guys that started working with me, and here's a really cool story to share. So like before we started working together, you were like really like just getting started. You were like making around like $300 to $500 per month. I remember like at the time, and then now you're around like $8,000 per month. So
Yep.
let's take us back a little bit. So now, before you found me out, like, how was your life like, and how was your business like?
So my regular everyday life was, just a little complicated, I can be honest, man, because just starting this business up, you kind of want to get your foot in the door, and you don't want to charge as much because you want to, see how many cars you can do and all that stuff. And I would charge like $40 a vehicle. Like 40 was like my cars. I think it was like 60 for trucks and like 80 for like SUVs, small or big. And it was horrible, man. Like, and I would have interior and exterior within those. So it was garbage money, and it was like I was putting hours and hours and hours in trying to get these all right, and yeah, it was bad. But all in all, I've learned before I found you that like this just was not working. Like, just trying to take baby steps to getting up there to charging like 120. Let's see how that works. And oh well, this person says my price is too much, so let me go ahead and bring it down a little. I was trying to work for my customers instead of working for myself, and that was one of my biggest issues. So, and this was all before I found out about you and your program. So, yeah, it was tough.
So basically, like you are struggling with like
It was
pricing like at a time.
very tough. Yeah. Yep.
Got it.
It was
So like,
it was tough, man. Like, just trying, get my foot in the door, basically trying to get customers to me, and that was just, it was wrong. Like, it was so hard, very hard. But luckily I found you, and it just, we'll get to that discussion a little bit later. But yeah, my life before your program, it was tough. Couldn't
got it.
I yeah.
So
So
what were you doing at the time now? What have you tried that didn't work? What is
so
it?
what I've tried to do was, like, increase my prices, and and that didn't work because of the customer base that I was getting at. So my niche, and where I was, my audience was just, I want to, basically, my customers were like, I want a really good detail, but I only got $20 to give you, and you can take my car the whole day if you need it. So I would use that and think that I was making money and I was gonna have word of mouth, and that just did not work. So, um, and then also where I was as far as a detailer, I was more like, let's just get these cars clean, make them look all cool, throw some wax on it, we'll be all right. And that put me in a position to be like everybody else that's detailing. And I knew at that point that everybody has their different prices, but other people are doing the same thing, and yet they're making better results than I was. So I wanted to figure out what ways I can, go ahead and get my client base going, and that just, you know, um, basically I was just following. I was following other people, and being a follower instead of a leader, and moving into your own dynamic of work. I didn't see that until your program was brought up. So otherwise, I honestly don't know where I'd be today. To be completely honest, I don't know where I'd be today.
Mm,
I
got
probably
it.
charge more, but not as much as I'm charging now. And the quality of work is way different. It's way different from when I started. So
Got it. Okay, all right. So then where did you and how did you find me out?
So actually, that's a funny story. A buddy of mine, he owns his own business as well, but he does like pressure washing and whatnot. And I believe he's seen your ad on Facebook and sent me a message about it. He's like, "Hey man, check this guy out." So I read into your, I think you had your web page up. So I read your web page, and I was like, okay, it seems pretty cool. And then I started noticing that the more I read, the more I was like compelled to really know more about how do you get a detailer from one point to another and actually having to do less work and get more money out of it. And from that point, I was hooked, and I reached out to you, and you got back to me very quickly. And that's one of the things that I like about your programs is that not just it's a program that helps, but you personally um, get back to anybody, the snap of a finger. So, you know that whoever you're going to work side to side with, they have to have the drive, they have to have the passion for it. And that was one of my biggest things is, how do I get out of charging somebody, $100 for a detail, and how do I get to having, 4 to 5 digits, a month, and even more than that, a month, and how do I get to that point? And from talking to you the very first time, and just getting on these meetings and whatnot, I've learned so much. And there's a lot of people that have joined that have so much potential, and they've grown like almost instantaneously. So you've definitely met your mark and your quota, as far as there's obviously there's going to be a lot of skeptics, and you've also let that be known too. So with that being said, it was just all um, trusting and understanding where you're coming from, because that helps drive us to be like, okay, well, let's see what happens. And so, you know, I think it's been about a year now. And
Yeah,
now,
yeah, it's about a year. It's very funny because I suddenly thought like, why not I'll just start doing these interviews. And I wanted to tell this because I saw one comment on one of my ads today. Normally I don't see the comments on my ads, but some dude say like, oh, people would never pay more than $500 for coding. So just tell me like, what's your highest ticket to date so far?
So my highest ticket to date, you mean as far as like coding and the correction?
Yeah.
So I've made on my recent one actually was I did a 2020 Porsche. What was that?
The GT4?
No.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, the 911.
Yep. That one was 22.
22.
So 2200, man. And I mean, for it being as nice as it was, like that's $130,000 vehicle, so it's a six-digit vehicle. And and to coat that, the best thing about what the owner had told me was he was like, I paid 130,000 for this. What is $2,000 to me? And I was like, it helped me understand like that's where I need to be. So all in all, when I reached out and I was like, hey man, I'm wanting to join and this and that, like the passion from where I was to where I'm at today, it makes so much more sense. So because of the that highest ticket thus far on a exotic sports car, that was one of my best ones. And I mean, Porsche takes care of their vehicles, but not like we can. So,
and I think you had a few of those as well. Like you have like a few like $2,000 ticket.
yeah. But yeah, that that Porsche was by far the most. And I've gotten the one before it. That one was exactly $2,000, and yeah. So, but yeah, it's $200 more, but still, I mean, that was one that really hit the most, and I've gotten a lot of like traction for it. So, yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Awesome. So like on the call, like that we originally first talked. So what made you be like, yep, let's do this. Let's get this down. So what made you make that decision to like move forward with this?
So one, I can kind of understand, like visualize where things were gonna go. And when we first talked, you were just like, hey man, how's it going? Very nice introduction, by the way. And you made it very understanding and straight to the point too, where it was just like, look, I'm not here to waste your time, and I hope you're not here to waste my time. This is what I do. I take you from, being a detailer in a 1.0 and bring you to a whole new level. This is what I do, and I'll show you how, and this is how we do it. And if you're down for it, like this is how, you introduce yourself. And I was like, if you're interested in doing it, we can do it here and now, and I can get you started, set up, good to go. And so usually, like at that point, I became a skeptic. Not gonna lie, became a skeptic. But you made sure that this was it. Like, life will change after this, and it was definitely a life-changing experience. So, like, look, and the thing that caught me the most was like, I'm not here to waste your time. I hope you're not here to waste mine. But this is what it is. It was just straight to the point. No cutting around corners. No sweet talking. It was just, this is what I do. This is my worth. And so easily, I was just like, that's the type of person I want to work with. I want to have that, not cookie cutter, conversation where we're just like, and you can do this, and you'll make this amount of money in this amount of time. You're just like, look, I'm not going to guarantee you nothing, but I will let you know that this is what it is. And so, as a business owner, I took a risk at even owning a business. So, what's another opportunity? Either it's a hit or miss. And so far, I mean, today, $8,000 a month, not bad. But can I do better? Heck yeah. So, and it's just reapplying everything that I've learned throughout the program, through talking to you, and you talk to us personally on a personal level. You give us the time of day whenever, and it's like you're here to care about people, not just see us as a dollar sign and then jet. You're literally here. So that's one of my biggest pet peeves is if I'm investing in something that it just doesn't go right, and you've made it clear, like, this is a family, this is a community of people that are driven. And so with that brought me in the most, was you don't treat this just as business. This is a family. This is an investment that you want to see expand, and thus far we've expanded. So
Exactly. I still remember like when you joined, you were watching like a lot of like videos at the time, because like you were blown away. Like, wait a second, like $1,500, $2,000 for coding. You're like, okay, wait, I need to like build a really solid foundation. And I remember like you were showing me like the videos that you were watching, and all of that. You were checking like PPF and all of that.
oh yeah, like with those, it's all high climate and everything like that. Like you're looking at what's the best way to not only make more money, but to actually protect these people's investment, and how to meet your niche. So all in all, man, we're in your program. You state that the pictures that I take with me everywhere I go, the two C's, the the Red Sea and the Blue Sea.
Yeah.
That's one that I carry the most. Like, I think about it every single day. And I'm just like, that's the difference. People will come looking for us. We don't
Actually,
go look
like, I think your highest ticket is not the 2,200. I think your highest ticket is the boat that you went to Florida to
for.
do. That was
There
the
it is.
$5,600 ticket.
Yep. Oh yeah. I totally forgot about that one. It was so long ago.
Yeah, it was so long. I was like, because like I suddenly thought like, didn't you go to like Florida to like do like the boat? Yeah, like it
Yep.
was like, yeah, it was a $5,600 ticket.
Yeah. That one I totally man. I don't know why I forgot that one. It was yeah, that was a high one.
How did you get
I
that?
think it was I had to split it down the middle, share.
How
But
did you get the
other
time, by the way?
than that, so I got a buddy of mine that lives down there, and he basically put it all together, and he sent me the contact, and I was like, okay, well, I'll see what they want, and from there, he was just like, I want this done, but everybody else is too busy or they can't book with me right now. And I mean, it's Florida, everybody's doing boats and all that stuff. So I was just like, hey, when do you need it done? How soon? And he let me know how much, or like when he needed it done. I looked at my calendar. I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna set it for this date. I'm gonna head there. And so he put his deposit down, and from there we went and killed it. So, yep. But man, I feel kind of garbage right now that I forgot about that. Like I'm over here thinking cars, and I was like, oh yeah, what about the boat?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was the highest ticket on that. But as far as cars go, that's the Porsche was the highest. So yeah, okay. That's
Yeah.
gonna be a trip.
Yeah. So okay. So now, what did I specifically do, and how was the process like in the program to get you to like from basically like starting out and until where you are today? Like, what was the process and how it's like?
So the process was definitely it was a curveball, man, because what you've taught in that program versus what I've learned individually was like two different dynamics, because I was over here thinking like, the more clients you can get, the better you'll get, blah blah blah. And if you charge, like 150 to do a whole, detail inside and out, you'll be good. You'll constantly get clients because they like that stuff. And in reality, that never worked. That did not work for me at all. I was trying my hardest to make these cars look impressionable, and it was just like, this is not working. People say that even $100 was too much for them, and I was just like, well, then what can I do? How can I cater to these clients? How do I do that? So from going from that mindset to being like, what is your worth? What are you doing? What do you want? And how do you want to portray yourself as a business owner? So I went from, going to like, oh, I wanna do this for everybody else, to what's gonna work for me and what is my time and my quality worth. And that's that was one of the biggest things that transitioned me over in this process. And then also um, learning more on, doing like all the social media stuff. So the Google SEO, and basically taking over, getting my website put up, and knowing all these people, and like my audience and where to go to. That was a whole different thing too. I was, like I said, man, I was just taught to reach out and get as many people as I can versus reaching a specific audience. I mean, like, this is where I need to be and this is where I need to go, because these people want quality, and that was a huge thing for me. So it was definitely a process, but all in all, it was something that I learned from you that would help move me in the direction of where I was trying to aim. And all in all, it was awesome. It was perfect. So anybody that's looking to do this, it's insane the amount of results that come from this. But like you stated in the beginning, even on that first phone call, it's all up to you. This process is, up to your speed. People can get into it and make, a couple thousand in the first 2 to 4 months if need be. Me, took a little bit longer, but I mean, I'm pretty successful at what I'm doing. At the moment, I'm only getting better. Like, I can't tell you what I got booked, but I'll show you what I have booked.
Nice.
We'll
Yeah,
go
like
with that.
yeah, the problem with like the $100 to $200 client is like, like number one, they don't really care their car too much. And one thing that I found is like those people that will pay like a high dollar, like a $2,000 ticket, the car is well taken care of, it's cleaner, and it's not like trashed up, where compared to like those people who are willing to spend like $100 to $200, they don't really care about their cars too much, that they're willing to put that investment to the vehicles. And how much they spend on their car, it tells them like how much they like and how much they care about their cars. And it's kind of you would think that the $2,000 detail, it's a lot dirtier, it's a lot more like trashed up, but it's usually like the opposite. Like those cars are normally like really clean, and it's just like making it perfect. Where compared to like the $100 to $200 clients, it's like you're just basically like cleaning the cars and not really like an actual detail.
Yep. And then with that being said, like the people that are willing to pay the high ticket, like I said, with the Porsche owners, they're just like, I don't care about the 2000. I just want my car clean and protected. That's it. And as long as the proper techniques on how to get it there. And like with this group, people just don't like share successes. They share, how to do certain things or recommendations and everything like that. So it makes it even more of an understanding where once you join, you're just like, wow, this is the opportunity that I've been needing, because we accept everybody. And you know everybody's a brother or a sister, whether they're female or male that join. They're family. So um, to make this make sense, to catch everybody up on everything, it's it's going from one place to another and being able to understand that we can like I did basically work super long hours for at most $200, or work 6 hours and make about as much as an average person would make in a month in a day. So I mean, it's really all up to everybody else. But I was just like, as soon as I started seeing things work and I started, you know, weeding out people that just want to, car wash basically, versus people that actually want their vehicles protected and really want to go ahead and go forth and be like, look, I want this. I don't care how much it costs. Just do that. And those are the people that we need. So that's all I've been attracting thus far. 9 out of 10 times, I'm getting exactly what I want. So it's pretty cool. And I'm only getting high-end vehicles and high-end details and high-end clients. So it only makes sense, So
Exactly.
yeah.
Okay, so now for detailing business owners that wants to grow, now you that went through the whole process, now what's your advice to them?
Oh, so people in this industry that want to grow,
And they want to attract the higher end clients, and they want to basically like move away from like the shitty interior jobs to like the high end work. So now what's your advice for them?
so my advice would be, one, know your quality, know what you're doing, know exactly how to do it, and make sure you do it perfectly every time. Don't ever underestimate your quality or anything like that. That's first. Secondly, um, do as much as you can to get in front of the client. That's what I usually do, or to at least get them on the phone with you and be like, um, just walk them through whatever you do and get them to buy, like have them need you more than going to somebody else and needing them. So make yourself a priority for your clients, because the more you start putting yourself out there, the less people will want to go with you versus, like, for me, I'm more like private. I like to cater to people that actually know what my worth is. So with that being said, go, just basically know what your value is, and your quality. If you know what your quality is versus a regular detailer that just puts a microfiber um, towel or whatever to your vehicle and make it look clean, hand washing and all that stuff. Okay, cool. But if you want to move out of that dynamic, I would suggest getting more into the paint correction, paint protection films, ceramic coatings, all that stuff, and really learn how to do it, or network with people that do it, so that way you can get a better following. But all in all, um, my biggest advice is just know your quality. Know your quality, know your niche, know your clients, and that will help attract more of those specific clients towards you because of your work on your other clients' vehicles. They like that Porsche that I did. He also has buddies that own Porsches, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, all that. And he's going to set me up with them soon, at least before the summer starts hitting over here in the Midwest in the States. So, yeah, just really know your quality, know your work, know your clients, and go from there.
Sounds good. So now, what's your game plan for the next 6 to 12 months?
Oof. So my game plan is basically to continue what I'm doing, but to also learn a few other higher end things to get me going. So PPF, like the installation, I want to learn how to do that. And the reason why I want to learn to do all this stuff is that way, when I start, networking with people, or if these people are not available, I at least know how to do all this stuff on my own. But basically reaching out to higher end vehicles, higher end clients, and just going from there, and continuing what I'm doing, but growing, learning, and pushing forward. From regular everyday vehicles, I still do them every once in a while, but I'm charging more, and to actually get things going as far as that. So higher end. That's all I could say. Higher end.
Yeah, the PPF is like, you will find that PPF is it's a different ball game. And one thing, the ticket is a lot higher. Like it's easy to book like $4,000 to $5,000 for just a car, and the thing is easier to sell too, because like for PPF, like you can actually physically touch, physically see, where compared to like coatings, like is it there, is it not there? The only way you can tell is like putting water on it.
Right. Yep. Yep. And that's one of the biggest things too, is like if people can see the difference between how PPF functions versus just getting their car washed, it's a whole different dynamic, and you can pitch that out to them and be like, look, you're getting it protected from rock chips and fading and this and that and the other, and it's definitely a whole new dynamic. And then a lot of people, matter of fact, that red Porsche GT4 that I did, he was wondering, like, are we allowed, can we put ceramic coating on? And I gave him the whole entire story on that, on yeah, you can do that. I mean, it protects your PPF basically, so it makes it a lot easier to clean, and you don't have to worry about too much. So I think, yeah, yeah, I reached out to everybody in the group, including you, and I was like, how do you do certain things with PPF? I didn't know half of the stuff that was to go into the PPF, and you made it very clear, like, hey, there's certain things you can do, there's certain things you can't do. Some are self healing with heat and this and that. I was like, oh, I didn't know that. So from there,
Yeah.
it just became understanding, where it's like, oh, okay, so this makes sense. Let me go ahead and try it out. So I tried out a few things on the PPF, and to my surprise, it worked. It really works. So, and that was actually the self healing, the heat. Perfect.
Yeah, exactly, like the heat, like it's and that's like the thing about like PPF, like PPF, it can be a bitch to deal with, but once you have it done, it works so well.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, it works incredibly. So yeah, I mean that was something that I found really cool, and everybody had like an input. They're just like, hey, I suggest this, or do you know what type of paint protection film it is, and this and that and the other. And so by the time I got there and experimented with on it myself, it was like, oh, okay. And like during the process, I would read through the messages, and I was just like, oh, that's cool. So it majority of the things worked, and it helped. So any other vehicle that has PPF on it, it makes it a lot easier. It's like, okay, now I know what to do. So makes your job easier, makes everything else pretty cool. But yeah, like you learn so much in this group, and it's really cool. So
Awesome. All right, cool. All right, so let's wrap this up. So now, if people want to find you and learn more about your business, now how can they find you out?
okay, so to find me and my business, you can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/sharp aim detailing. Aim is spelled AYM, and detailing, the rest. Or you can find me at sharp aim, so SHARPAYM.com. And then I'm also on Google and what else, or like everything else basically. So um, and yeah, so that's pretty much how you can find me. Still building and learning different things too, as far as social media. Twitter, I'm not on yet. People were telling me I should get on Twitter. I don't know too much about it. I feel like an old timer. I'm only 26. I don't know too much about it, but basically a lot of these social media outlets. But yeah, um, Facebook, you can reach me, and my website. If you want to talk to me personally, you can reach me at m dot McGillivray, spelled CGILLIERI at aim.com. So yeah,
Sounds
you
good.
can find me.
I'm gonna link you up. I'm gonna link you up, get you like some like SEO like exposure as well. So like just because I run a lot of traffic to my website, and then yeah, it's definitely gonna boost a bit of like your Google rankings.
Awesome, man. I definitely appreciate that, man.
Awesome, man. Let's do it. Another interview, like once you hit like 10, 20 grand, 30 grand a month, when you start going into PPF, when you get to that space, let's do another interview and see like how you actually move from like this place to another place. But so far, really thanks for hopping onto the interview here today. And yeah, man, and really see like where you can go to in the future, and we can do another one.
Sure, man. I'm definitely I'm happy, man. And once again, I appreciate you, bringing me on this call, and then also yeah, it like thank you for this journey, man, because I still can go back to the videos and learn certain things that maybe I've missed, or didn't understand at first. So yeah, all in all, I'm happy with everything that's going on right now, and this is only the beginning. So
Exactly,
let's make it happen.
exactly. Yeah, and then one thing I always tell people is like nothing is constant, like nothing is static, like nothing stays where it is. It's always growing, and everything is always evolving.
Yeah.
And it's really cool to like see you evolve from like starting out to like to this point where you're doing like the high end work, and now like the next step is like see you evolve into like like having staff, and like running an operation, doing PPF and all of that, and that's gonna be like a hell out of a story to tell.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You want a story? I'm gonna be happy to tell.
All right, man. I'm glad like we can share this with our audiences today. And Demon, we'll talk soon.
For sure. Heck yeah, man. I'm all about it, man. I'm all about it. I'm ready to see what the next chapters bring. And, you know, this is just another one that's written in, and so far it's making a really good success, man. And, you know, I probably would have gotten to this point maybe 5 years from now, to be honest. So this was definitely a boost, and it helped make, you know, things a lot more sense. Like everything makes so much more sense now. So like I said, man, anybody that's connected or whatnot, or is curious about how to join or anything like that, you know, hit this man up, man. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's talking about. I'm very impressed and very happy with where I'm at, but I'm gonna go further. So that being said, pass it off to you, my friend, and let's make it happen.
Awesome, man. All right, let's wrap this up, and yeah, man, we'll talk soon.
For sure, man. You have a good one, bro.
All right, take care. All right, bye.
Peace.